All right, guys, so it is now the next night, and I actually already started working on this a little bit. There was a hose on this one for the power steering, which also led to the cooler, which is right down there. This is the hose end. So I got that taken off, and then I got this nut at the back of the power steering pump. I got that loosened. So now it's, you know, the motor's fully like disconnected besides the motor mounts, but I will, well, I mean, I don't have to, but just for convenience sake, I'm gonna do that. It looks like a 10 millimeter, and then pull the power steering lines off, and then had my dad looking at it, and you just gotta twist this plug, and then it unplugs from the transmission, and you know, there's quite a bit of dirt in there. So I'll make sure that all my connections and, well, plugs and all that stuff are nice and clean. When I, you know, start putting it all back together, maybe put a little bit of you know, grease or whatever in there just to make sure that they're all watertight and stuff. I know most of them have, you know, this, which, you know, is supposed to make them watertight. So, I mean, shouldn't have any problems anyways, but, you know, for a little bit of reinsurance and stuff. And I don't know if it'll help them seal, because I noticed that, like, you know, a few of them, you know, like the drivetrain ones mainly, had some dirt in them. So, you know, if there was a way to prevent that or whatever. I mean, this thing's not gonna be picking up much dirt once it's done anyways. So again, not too worried about that, but a little bit of reassurance there. Here's the transmission plug, actually, so you can see how it just kind of twists. And yeah, so the last thing holding the wiring harness on is actually the front diff vent hose, and it like joins into the wiring harness, you know, I guess to really make sure that no water gets up in there, because of the, you know, the front being the splash zone. I guess is the only thing I can think of. But I'm gonna get these power steering lines taken off really quick, and then I'm gonna hook a chain up to this bolt right here, which is where a ground went, and then there's also a ground on the back right here. Bolt the chain over it. Probably take the air out of the tires, honestly, to, you know, drop it down, just because it's so high right now. And then shouldn't have any problems, you know, just unbolt the motor mounts and lift it all off. So she's gonna be looking really stripped here soon, so let me get that done. All right, guys, and as you guys can see, you know what the deal is. I got the motor all ready to be pulled out. I got the bolts for the motor mounts all undone right here. Got the other three over here. And I got the air out the tires just to make it a little bit easier. Honestly, looking at it, like, my dad helped me motor swap, like, my first truck, and that had a 6-inch lift. And, you know, it was all together still, so I'm assuming this thing's able to go pretty high, but, you know, it's just way more easier this way. So once I start lifting it up, I'll be able to pull the header off and then just pull it all out. I'm gonna have to try and like swing it over here and then go over here with it. So, and then I gotta figure out something to set it on, actually. But I mean, I'm sure I'll be fine setting it on the ground. So let's get this thing pulled out. All right, guys, and there you have it. My first time pulling a motor and transmission in, well, a truck, vehicle, anything. I've done a bunch of four-wheelers and all that stuff, but never anything like this. But yeah, it's definitely tail heavy, but like, I kind of knew that would happen. And yeah, no, just an experience, but I got it out. Now I just gotta get it set down and then get to work on it. So I'll start doing that now. All right, guys, so before I get too far, I'm gonna update you guys on what I'm doing here. So I got the starter pulled off. It was just 2 bolts from the bottom and just pulled it right out, and that was really simple. And also I got a block of wood on the front, so it sits level and it's not tippy or anything. And I drained the oil out of it, and now I'm just pulling out the torque converter bolts. So look like this, and I'm not sure how many there are, maybe 3, 4, 6. I don't know, I'll find out. So now I just gotta slowly spin the flywheel over, or let's see. Yeah, no, I think I just gotta spin the flywheel with the flathead and get all the bolts out, and then I can undo all of them up here, and then I can pull the transmission off. So that's what I'm working on right now, so I'm gonna try and get that done. All right, guys, so I got the transmission pulled off of the motor now, and honestly, like, the hardest part was getting it off of the alignment dowels, but other than that, it wasn't that bad. And then I got the intake manifold pulled off, and look at all of this dirt. And then that's just from the plastic getting dried up. I don't think there's any mouse turds or anything, so hopefully don't find any either. I mean, at this point I think I'm good, so just gonna get all that vacuumed off, and then I can pull the head off. And then I don't know if I have the tool or not to measure the cylinder, but that's the next step. And then I can get the pistons ordered and then start tearing more of it apart, like the whole front end right here and the timing cover, and well, just get it down to the block, and then it can be all remachined up, the pistons and all that, and yep, the rebuild process will start. So I'm gonna get just the head pulled off for tonight, and then I'll get back to you guys.